No, I can't win. I can't win against you. Anyway, MC versus Shine now. Map is going to be Daybreak. Down here at the bottom left-hand corner of the map, we have our blue Zerg player from Team SCV Life trying to tie up the set. It is Shine. His opponent here in the upper right-hand corner is our red Protoss player from SK Gaming, MC.
Hi, on Daybreak, this map is a map a lot of people have thought Zerg is overpowered, really strong on, and it's actually one of my favorite maps to ZVP on. So I'm really excited to see how Shine does it, and how MC decides to maybe, I mean, I guess I wouldn't call this an imbalanced map. I think statistic-wise it's still within like a fine variation. I don't know, but either way, I'm really interested to see how MC deals with this perceived imbalance.
Why do you like playing on this one particularly? I mean, what is your approach to this in ZVP most of the time?
Alright, on this map, there's lots of timings that can really hurt the Zerg's third, but if he gets the third up and holds the fourth, it's actually really a nice game to be able to try and hold your fourth, get into 4-base versus 4-base macro, and I just like the macro point of it there, where I feel like I can defend my main, take my fifth, play a very sit back and wait style on this map, and I feel like maybe that's because of Broodlord Infestor, but even on other maps I don't like it as much as I love it on this map.
Okay, very interesting. So a couple of things that I've always noticed in ZVPs are that once you start getting a little bit towards the later game, a Zerg player has pretty good creep spread. These running paths are not all that wide, so just one chain of creep tumors through all of these can really cut off the map almost entirely. So add into that you have a lot of good positioning with Broodlords above, and that seems to be what gets a lot of Protoss players in trouble, at least in the late game.
Yep, I agree for sure. Same sort of build here we're getting out of Shine, 15 pull I believe, or around similar to that. MC, we'll see if he does a Forge first, we'll see if he throws down the pylon that I felt like he should have last time.
Well, he is going to Forge first once again. Hopefully this time he'll go ahead and drop down that Forge too. Already this probe is under attack, but MC does have very good control, if nothing else, and as soon as I say that, he lets the hatchery go down right away.
It happens. I mean, it's something that happens to all of us.
Yeah.
I'm sure MC wishes he could have microed that better, but now he'll still have a hatchery out, or his next sub fine. It won't be delayed at all from the pylon. So it's not like a huge mistake. It's not even really quote-unquote a mistake. It's just, I guess, preferences of style. Maybe MC really doesn't like blocking the hatchery.
Yeah, I noticed that there are some players who, on the flip side of things, will get too tied up in trying to block the hatchery.
Oh, yeah. And miss up on everything else.
Exactly. You get the pylon there, then the pylon over at the third, then they'll put down the gateway just as the Zerglings are coming out to accumulate more hit points, but then usually they'll forget to cancel one of the pylons, or they'll lose extra resources, or they'll delay themselves back at home, and so I have to say I've appreciated, I guess, this trend towards, yes, we're going to try and disrupt when that hatchery goes down, but we're not going to pour hundreds of resources into trying to stop it.
Yep.
Well, we'll see now what MC does out of this. Well, everything's looking about right. Double gas coming down at 20 supply.
Hope so. It's MC. How many times has he done this, guys?
Yeah, MC's pretty good. Is there a player, I guess, I'm talking about in terms of international and Korean events. Is there a player that has more stage cast time than MC? I've got to say it's him.
Well, I guess NST is your close one, but I don't think NST's done anywhere near as much international stuff.
Right, that's what I was thinking. If you talk about Korea, well, of course,
Yeah.
MVP, NST, they've been on stage forever. Overall? But MC, I think probably between all the events. So this guy,
think so too.
Point mostly is that this guy has a lot of big game experience.
That's a full wall, I think. Is it? No, spot open again. Two
Oh,
places.
it's right there. There we go. I actually think this is. I think this is overlapped enough. I don't know actually, but this is where the gap in the wall is.
Okay.
We'll see.
Interesting.
Yes, sehr interessant. So let's see here now is Shine. We'll see how many drones he saves up to. It was nothing really out of the ordinary last time. I think it was about like 40 supply or when he put down his gas last time. So no real shockers there.
Yep, very standard stuff.
And this go-round, there is a little bit of a difference. We were talking about one of those big tells is putting up +1 weapons before warp gate tech. Well, that's what's happening here. So not going to be DTs. But what is the follow-up for MC from here? He's not decided to take a super early 3rd and 4th gas, so it's not like we're looking at a +1 Stargate initially, although he does actually have enough gas he could go for that. Maybe just a stronger gateway follow-up.
All right, another thing that makes this map a lot different than Abyssal, and also very good for Zerg, is if you look at that Overlord position you were looking at just a little bit ago above that, yep, that can actually see both gas positions from just there. And with that, you know, if you see both not taken, then it's obvious. Well, I shouldn't say obviously, but it's probably not TTs. And it just gives you a lot more information from the Zerg point of view.
It's been a while since we've just had a normal just 4-gate +1 pressure. I mean, this used to be big for a while, but it's been a while since something like that has actually happened in major competitive play, so we'll see if MC can pull this off, or what he wants to do from here. He is throwing down the Twilight Council, so he certainly has outs if he wants to change up his plan a little bit.
Yeah, and if you're the Zerg, you saw that the Nexus wasn't producing for a little while. Now whenever he poked the Overlord away, now he starts making probes again. That's really sneaky too, because a lot of times Protoss will stop at 44 supply of probes. If you go ahead and check and see, we're at 38 probes now, which is still a little bit below I guess this 44 standard, which isn't always standard. Protoss always have crazy variations, but a lot of times we'll stop at 44.
Nice job by Shine there to jump up with a few of the Zerglings. He saw the forward, probe. He sees the pylon now, but deciding not to go after it quite yet.
Yep, he's focused on preventing more pylons from coming, I assume, and that's a fine option.
And there's another probe who's actually run up from the front, too. So Warp Gate is done, +2, and Blinker on the way. Are we going to see any more gateways here? This is just going to be a +2 4-gate blink pressure to open this match.
All right, I think it's definitely just going to be a
there we go.
Still.
Oh, boy. Never mind. 8-gate. So is it? Yes.
Wow, 8-gate blink stalker, you think?
Yeah. Wow, it's been we're talking about things we haven't seen in a while. Well, Blink Stalker, Zerg players had found ways to shut that down pretty quickly, but MC's going to go ahead and move with it.
Yeah, and on this map, I brought up a little bit earlier, there are a lot of ways that Protoss can harass the third, and in general, I haven't seen it that often. But MC is like, well, I know how to harass the third.
Yeah, apparently it's just +2 and a lot of gateway units. But there's so much here already for Shine that this is being pushed back before it's really ever able to get off the ground. So Blink's not done yet. All these Stalkers are just getting picked off one by one. A couple of Roaches sitting back here to pick off this pylon before it actually does fall. And Blink is revealed.
For one Stalker.
A little bit surprised about that.
Yeah, me too. It's probably still going to die anyway.
I know, that's the worst part. And the pylon gets cleared up, so there's no presence on the map for MC, and now he's committed himself to 8 gates and Blink Stalkers with +2, and isn't able to put on any pressure.
So if you check the lair timing as well in the Zerg, the lair just finished, which really means that he made a lot of these roaches before the lair. It's something that a lot of Zerg players have been looking into lately, and is really interesting because it allows the Zerg to, kind of shut down that pressure if he catches it. And it can even shut down like a mortal sentry pressure if you catch it right. So it's a really cool build. It's a little bit different than when you see people getting roaches after lair.
Well, I mean, we saw a textbook display of shutting down pressure right there before it was ever able to get off the ground. And now MC's got to use his Blink Stalker control here, and he doesn't lose a unit. Kills a lot of the Zerglings that are up at the front. Of course, Glial Constitution is still 50 seconds away, so these roaches are pretty slow, and the Blink Stalkers do have the potential to get right up on top of those.
Yeah, Shine didn't think that MC would keep the pressure going like this, but MC's like, well, surprise, I'm still doing this 8-gate. It's still coming along towards you.
I mean, MC, his options out of here are a little bit limited. If he decides to expand, his opponent attacks and does whatever he wants. If he puts on pressure right now, of course, it's kind of all in, but, what else can you do? It's hard to kind of split the difference between the two.
Can you check the probe count as well while we're in this? 42. Okay, so yeah, very, very difficult. Not even at the 44 point, where pretty much he has to do this. With the Zerg, especially at 56, if the Protoss doesn't do some economic damage, he's just very, very far behind.
All right, 2 more pylons up at the front. How many units are out for Shine? 47 Zerglings, 23 Roaches, another 6 Roaches on the way. He was a little bit supply blocked, had to put up a lot of Overlords at the same time. MC's starting to blink back these units one by one. I don't think he's lost a single Stalker so far. There's finally the first 2 that end up going down, and he did deal with the front line of Zerglings really, really effectively, actually warping in the Zealots directly on top of the Roaches, and that's going to preempt Shine's movements back a little bit. But now we have Spine Crawlers. Now there's still a strong line of Roaches, but MC is continuing this pressure up at the front.
Definitely, and the big deal, it's just now about to finish, is that burrow. When that burrow finishes and MC doesn't have any detection for that, those Roaches gain infinite health, and even when Stalkers can blink, they don't have infinite health like these Roaches will.
Yeah, that's right. So these are making their way back one at a time. Shine's still just trying to hug those Roaches in close so he can pick off these Stalkers as quick as possible, but now the Zealots are engaging directly on top of them, drawing fire away.
Right now, buddy.
And there they go.
Nice.
So did he lose a few too many there before he burrowed, though?
Yes.
Yeah, thought so. All right, well, now that the Spine Crawlers are down, he tries to bring it back up to do a little bit more damage, and MC, through round 2 of this pressure, has actually started to reach critical mass and is starting to overwhelm his opponent. Even the Overlords are being brought forward here. Charge, gentlemen, charge!
This is it. This is the fight that Shine needs, but I don't know if he can win MC's Blink Micro. Look at how many red health stalkers there are. It's absolutely amazing, Micro.
Yeah, and how many workers have been killed now? 17, so the drone count has
How many
dwindled down
workers
to
killed?
37.
How many units killed was that?
How many units killed? Whoa! 219 at 13 minutes and 50 seconds? That's remarkable.
Those
That's probably
poor Zerglings.
I think that's the highest I've ever seen. All right, so MC now just charging through the last couple of units, and it was even a little bit lazier with his Blink Micro because he knows he has this one now.
Yeah.
He's completely killed off this base. It's just receiving no benefit whatsoever.
Yep.
These units are getting killed one at a time as they pop out of the hatcheries.
Yeah, it looks like I lied. Stalkers have infinite HP when blinked by MC.
That's right. And look at these Stalkers are just racking up the kills. 7 kills apiece, 2, 6, I mean 4. Each one of these Stalkers has a ton of kills on them, and MC's just continuing to pressure forward.
Yeah, just if you're stuck in that position where you have to do it, you sometimes can chicken out. Like I was like, well, I don't know if MC should keep going. And you're like, that's all he can do. Yes, that's all he could do. And he's doing it really well.
Well, it is MC we're talking about here, turning away what was a likely 1-1 into a definite 2-0 now. The rest of the drones are pulled off the line, and you can see those workers just getting annihilated so quickly. The Stalkers continuing to blink back. The full health ones now up at the front. Everything being rallied inside of the main, and that's not a position you want to be in as a Zerg player.
All right, let's see how many units have been killed so far.
294. That is remarkable.
Especially the ratio. Like if you look at the amount of red killed to the amount of blue killed.
Yeah, look at the resources
boy.
lost. There's only been 23,000 resources lost. That's GG. MC2O's shine. I cannot believe that. That was just amazing.
Beautiful play. That's why he's MC.
Wow. All right,
He has
guys.
all that airtime.
Unbelievable. Well, there you go.